Welcome everyone to RGN, here for the European Open. We've got our first lower bracket match being broadcast here at the Gauntlet, as we've coined it after we've had many of these tournaments with, again, best of one in lower bracket. Next makes for some very interesting matches, that's for certain. Today we got Beasts, which is the X-Infused roster out of the UK, against Epiphany Bolt. So see how this one goes down. Inferno was the map of, or is the map of choice. They banned all the way down to a couple maps. Again, chooses out of the random, or three that were remaining. So again, I'm joined by Laser Jesus, and looks like we are going to see Zed picking the CT side. So Beasts able to choose their side here.
Yep, Inferno best of one. That's pretty important, as there's not a lot of room for error. Say you go down quickly 5-0 on the T side, then you're already fighting. Again, from against the wall, so looking for a good start is both teams. A volatile best-of-one format. Odds are 4-1, basically, for Epiphany Bolt, and that's very confident, considering this is a best-of-one. Epiphany Bolt, from my understanding, I mean, is Beasts a mix, or is this an actual team?
My understand the players I recognize are
Wendasky, Niels, and Neil.
Yeah, pretty much. I believe that they've played together. Well, I think they've been around for quite some time. Zed and Mole, I'm not so certain of. So yeah, it could just be a bit of a mix thrown together here. To be fair, I'm remembering when we casted Infused last, I feel like it was a similar situation for them. They were just kind of scrounging together the players that they could find. So I think that's on point. We could be corrected, though.
Yeah, I believe they're a mix, just based upon the roster I'm looking at, and then just doing what research I could on Beast. It seems like, yeah, it's just a UK mix squad. One of the things you could say about the UK scene, granted they haven't put together a good squad in some time. I suppose like the Easy Skins roster is the last one. Individual talent has never been lacking in the UK scene, so putting a mix together could put the upset onto Epiphany Bolt, who, again, I believe will make a deep run in this lower bracket, but it is the Gauntlet after all. Best of ones. You got to dodge so many spikes, so many traps. Will they be able to make another deep run? We're going to find out in Beasts. On Inferno, I don't have a lot to go off of with these two teams on the map, specifically Beasts, but since neither team banned it, I suppose they're comfortable playing it. But again, best of one, momentum, highly important.
Yeah, certainly. And just to go through how these teams made it here, Beasts, they lost 2-0 in the round of 16 to Leisure Esports. So 16-10 on Train, 16-12 on Cash. Whereas Epiphany Bolt, they actually dropped down to the lower bracket in the round of 32. They were dropped down via Rift, which is actually a team that we're going to be broadcasting right after this one. Hopefully you guys can stick around. Rift versus Innervate. That'll be a best of 3 in our upper bracket. But then, again, Epiphany Bolt, because they were down on the round of 32, they've played one lower bracket match already. 16-2, they were able to take down Sanction CS. And, yeah, pretty dominant scoreline there. I'm uncertain if that was a bit of a mismatch or if they were just looking really on point. But they were, obviously. They could be bringing it again today. So just waiting for these guys to ready up here. And like I had stated, we got another best of 3 coming up after this. And then actually later tonight as well, this evening, we got SKDC versus Dynamo for our North American Winter Classic 2. It's at 9 p.m. EST. So hopefully guys can tune in for that as well. But here we go, live into the pistol round on Inferno.
Indeed. So Epiphany Bolt, 4 armor, maybe even 5. No, smoke and a molly. This looks like B to me from Epiphany Bolt. I mean, easily they could just split up into A, maybe chuck that Molotov, say, for back pit. So we'll be towards alt mid, and the Molotov goes for B. Interesting. So they throw the Molotov, they're going to try to smoke off CT spawn. It's going to be a question of, do the Beasts realize it's only a one-man fake over towards this B side? And on top of that, is my prediction even correct? Is ST going to put this smoke down? Okay, he will be attempting to put it down for the CT spawn, but it's not quick enough. This is kind of disjointed out of Epiphany.
Now we will see Mole go down on Arch side, and here we go. Looks like they're going to be wrapping into CT spawn. But do they commit to it? Looks like they'll wrap into CT, but back into the A bomb site, just routing around like crazy. But now a huge pinch onto the A bomb site ST and Hiffer able to take down 2 of the defenders. So leaves Zed and Windansky in a pretty awkward spot here.
Hiffer. I like that name. You put an E in there. It's a term for a fat woman. But 2v5 here. I'm surprised with the B setup. Was it due to the fact that some pressure was being applied to Banana that the player at Arch wanted to stick around? Because it's if you're not peeking it right away and you allow the T to work up and get the close angle on you at Arch, then it turns into a one and done angle. And maybe you could get a few headshots or something. But with him not peeking it right away, he has no chance to fall back. And that's a huge pick to give up, making it a 5-on-4. Also at the beginning of the round, Epiphany Bolt, they didn't even get a chance to really throw their fake. And the one player there, it was ST. He was going to chuck a smoke into CT spawn. But it must have been Epiphany Bolt's ability to get up mid that prompted them to go right away. Because the smoke wasn't even down, and the player at B did not spot more than one player. And usually, you wait for the call that 2 players are there before you execute onto A.
Yeah, interesting strat in that the timing of which it played out. Maybe not the way it originally was planned, but they made it work. So, it's going to be a round victory for the T side. Now they're forcing the CT side, trying to bring it back. We got 2 Deagles, Neil and Mole, going to be picking those up, playing either side of the A bomb site. Niels and Ho as well, P250 up on the balcony, but looks like we're going to see a little bit of aggression towards top Banana. Smoke goes down for the CT side, and it's going to delay things just a bit here.
Already wounded a bit as a mid player, so the rotate comes through. No nades for Epiphany, so scratch what I was saying. Zeus for Hiffer. Shocking. Beast just waiting out this smoke. They're peeking the smoke. Are they going to attempt to push through it? No, they're just waiting for somebody to push through the smoke dry. Problem is, where they're playing right here, they're really susceptible to flashbangs. Zed, not blind at oranges, but it's all a fake. Epiphany Bolt not doing a fantastic job providing a lot of footsteps over towards the B side, but the fake is successful nonetheless, as there is a 3rd man here.
Yeah, you can see ST just making certain that they at least hear his set of footsteps. And now, cutting off the rotation is going to be Hiffer. They're wrapping onto the A bomb site. Neil goes down in Graveyard. Niels and Ho still in pit. And he will take down Easy Tech. Zed with a frag on Arch side. Now with a bit of an opportunity here, but they'll lose their pit player. Really wanted to keep him as alive as long as possible. Zed heading in from middle towards truck side. Windansky is pretty late to the scene. We'll see if they can retake 3-on-3.
The bomb is in a good spot for Beast, so they won't have to deal with pit if they could just bring down the player inside of the bomb site. No kit, though, so those pit players will have a ton of time. Zed on the flank, 1-1 so far, as we fall in a 2-on-2, and that will be that. Beast unable to retake. I thought a scenario might pan out where the pit players would be forced out because of where the bomb was planted. Not the case. Could have been a worse round from Beast, but when you're going for the force, you're going for that W.
Yeah, definitely. They got 3 frags on the round, but like you stated, looking for that win in the end. And yeah, Moment, I believe, was one of the players lit inside of the pit. I thought that player in Apartments might be able to make that work, but he's pretty focused on trying to take down another player that was a little bit closer to the A-bomb site. So now an actual save coming in. Actually, a little bit expended here. See Windansky with a P250 and a smoke. But Niels and Hope goes down first and foremost on the Arch side. Mole playing passive inside of Boiler here. He's going to get a target, but Hiffer proving to be hard to hit. And they're just going to be jumping around the map right now, heading into the A-bomb site. Frags galore. Windansky gets 1 in Banana. But we'll see if he can get anything else here. Any more damage would be great.
Yeah, 13. I don't expect it. If I'm Epiphany, I'm sending these MAC 10s in to try to garner some extra dope, but it will be Krumer. I believe that was through the smoke as well onto Windansky. I was wondering if they're going to keep these MAC 10s, but one man trying to chuck it over the wall. They will just upgrade. Not going to play the economic game. Beast, since they went for the force buy, lacking some utility here. And on Inferno, we see time and time again, everybody knows how this map's going to be played unless you're new to the game. Going to see a lot of the T side trying to burn the utility of Beast, kind of trade it out specifically towards Banana, trying to burn those smokes. And on the first gun round, when you're lacking utility on the CT side, since you force, it creates an easier opportunity for Epiphany Bolt or the T side to run up a quick 5-0 scoreline before you finally get a full utility if you do lose the first gun round.
Yeah, definitely. Epiphany Bolt with the advantage after pistol here. Got a little bit more to work with. So we'll see if they can actually utilize that advantage. Take the first gun round here. Damage dealt to Windansky. Down to 18 hit points, so already peppering some of the B-bomb site players. Easy tag down to 50 hit points. But they're spread out right now. ST is working solo play right now with his op in apartments.
It would not surprise me at all to see Epiphany Bolt head back to B. The first smoke was thrown pretty early from the B side, and they get the second one down. Whose was that? Okay, it must have been thrown from... Did they swap a player out? Because one of the players at B had already smoked. I was worried for Beast, given the smoke timing, that Epiphany would have an easy chance to just shift back. But no, they're going to cut it down to about 20 seconds if Epiphany want to execute.
Oh, nice shot from ST. Going to take down one of the A-side players. And this actually will prompt a rotation. So how successful will this be? There's still 2 players in the bomb site. Well, more in the bomb site. They've got Niels and Ho on the balcony itself. So here they go. Easy tag. Going to be pre-aiming the bow. But then doesn't check too wide. And that'll allow for the first frag coming in. Mole 2 for him. And they're just going to shut this down. Moment finds 1, but an ace for Mole. And that's a great way to hang on to that bomb site.
That was an ace?
That was an ace, apparently.
I was on Neil's screen. It didn't look like it.
Right,
Niels was doing a really good job providing a lot of cover and did exactly what Mole needed. That position, he played up top, let some fire go, dropped down. You saw Beast, or Epiphany had so many people focused on him that Mole peeks out and does significant damage. However, enough damage was done by Epiphany to put this into a swing round scenario. So loser's going to have to save.
So Neil going to be playing porch side. Molotov in hand here. They are slowly creeping up. ST and Hiffer going to be playing crossfire. So smoke off towards Boiler. Immediate frag on a Mole. And it's been going down there a little bit. We saw that again on Pistol Round. Similar situation. A little bit different drawn out. But anyhow, going to be 4-on-4. Niels and Ho still in the bomb site. Neil going to be lurking behind a smoke here on port side. Kind of just hanging on to this position are the T's. The bomb actually rotating back to Banana. So ST and Moment, I imagine at some point will split through CT.
Yeah, Beast playing really reactionary. Zed peeks out. That's one of the CT players down for Epiphany. And then immediately he's going to rotate back to the B bomb site. Neil, this timing inside of CT spawn is crazy. Moment will drop Neil. And the B players have been making noise. It's 2 for 2 at the B bomb site thus far. And Windansky, the spray control was amazing. And Krumer and S-Tag the victims. And now Moment, he's got 3 targets. He can take 2 one-on-ones. Actually, yeah, 2 one-on-ones. But crossing into the site now should be an easy kill for Neil. And Beast rallying right back 2 rounds in a row. Exactly what you need to do to avoid that early economic turmoil.
Yeah, keeping 3 alive in both those rounds. Their economy's not quite at a favorable spot, but they're winning rounds, so not the end of the world. 2 in a row. And Epiphany Bolt, they decide to go with anything crazy here. Looks like a pretty standard buy. CT side economy is fairly low, so some of the time we'll see force buy because of that. Not going to be here, though. Moment and Easy Tag already taking a little bit of damage. Very spread out at the moment as they'll try and take into apartments. But again, they still have players towards Banana. See if they end up grouping up somewhere. Got to use power and numbers on a round like this.
Yeah, no utility for Epiphany, so it's going to be pretty dry, or I'll just go for picks. Prolonged pick strat. I don't think Beast will be giving anything up. So just waiting for this smoke at mid to dissipate, and then we'll see Epiphany likely bust through. Which side is going to be taken? And Mole and Neil now grouping up towards the arch side. And I like this, because on an anti-eco playing together, yeah, port side's easier to take, but your third player, Neil, can play safe in the graveyard. So by doubling up at arch side, it really negates some of the ability to get entries for Epiphany. As Neil should be able to provide some cover for Mole, or Mole will just peek.
Yeah, it looked like he had a flash provided for him, but not an effective one. Nade comes in from the remaining Arch player, though, and it does a lot of damage here. And this should be the beginning of the end. We've got less than 25 hit points on multiple players. ST and Easy Tag, though, coming up with frags. Laser, how did that just happen?
Beast just buckled. They had 2 shots they could have easily hit, and Epiphany was 1-shot territory. Maybe they're going for heads, I'm not too sure, but now it's Epiphany Bolt. They could play ST in the pit, and he could play headshot onto the CT player, really negating the HP advantage. The player coming up porch has a lot of work to do. Zed has to get a move on it. There's a lot of time is being burned. Groomer falls inside of Graveyard, but then ST, it's a one-on-one. S-Tag just needs to stay alive. He can play headshot, takes the fight, jumps up. He's a madman, and Zed will save the day. And I thought Epiphany Bolt could have played that better in the 3-on-2.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, especially there in the end. Well, to be fair, he didn't actually die when he jumped up onto that box, but
he should have.
For the box, right? He should have been punished for that. Considering the amount of hit points, you definitely want to be playing strictly a headshot angle there. But, well, gets a little crazy about it. And that will be the round going to Beasts. But considering what Epiphany did to create that situation, I'm still not that worried. They didn't have a lot going for themselves. Less than 25 hit points on 3 players, and they can still take down 2. It's pretty impressive. We're gonna have a match pause coming in, and tied 3-3. This is looking like a pretty close matchup thus far.
Yeah, it's sort of shaping up to be. Beasts, they still haven't gotten an economy behind them due to Epiphany's wrecking with the pistols. And those entries should not have been allowed into A, but indeed they were. So Beasts are still fighting to avoid saving. And does Neil have a weapon? Let me look at his back. Does he have a weapon? What is that thing on his back? Okay, is that a FAMAS or an M4? Chat, help me out. What is that?
I'm like attempting to, is the way his model is. I actually have no idea. I couldn't tell you. It looks like it's definitely not a skin, so. Poor Neil's in home. No skins in that regard. No, maybe it is. I honestly can't tell. I honestly can't.
Right?
There's
it a FAMAS?
There's 6,700 on Zed, though. So at the very least, he should be able to drop. But yeah, I think that Neil's in home already has a weapon, but.
He's going to pull it out of his body or something.
Pretty much. It is tucked in deep.
Because the reason I'm asking all this is if I'd assume that Zed would have dropped him a weapon already, because Zed is the only bank of Beasts. If they lose this one, he'll have enough to drop pistols, and then they're the ones hoping to do economic damage. So big round underway here. And thinking back, okay, so he does have to drop them. So no bank really for Beast. Both teams don't have a big economy, but I think there's a little more pressure on Beasts here to keep this streak alive, because if they lose this one, all of a sudden they're double saving. We're looking at a 6-3 score line for Epiphany, and at that point, Epiphany will have already done enough damage to be comfortable coming in to the CT side, as we are unpaused now. So a big round underway here between these two squads.
So here we go. We're going to have Molotovs to utilize on that T side. And yeah, good equipment on the CT side as well. So I imagine we'll see probably a drawn-out round if all goes as planned for either side. Baiting out some nades. CT's already going to be smoking towards car at Banana. Nade's going to be sailing in. Moment. Taking a bit of damage via that. CT's actually similar situation. Nade dropping at their feet. And you can see ST off towards alt middle. Making sure no one is able to get aggressive into the apartments. And is this a triple porch side setup? Interesting. Beast going with an interesting look here. Obviously, Arches is open if smoke goes down. They might have a hard time, but if not, well, they've got a fantastic setup here.
A little vulnerable to Flash's solo man out mid. Now, since they didn't get anything off of this, the normal reaction would be to instantly hit towards Banana. That was so committed to be an information play and not enough numbers and smokes there to constitute it as a fake. Either way, entry for Epiphany moving into this B bomb site. One man at New Box. Oh, Hipper turns his head, and Windansky with a chance at another. But Mole looking to do some damage before the bomb goes down.
Yeah, so he's caught behind a smoke in construction. He actually doesn't spot anybody here. He does have a decent position, though. He's already kind of wide peaked towards construction, so someone's just holding that entrance from garden. Might be able to take them, but here we go. Coming up from banana. First player goes down and kneels and help Mole with 1, but it's now 2-on-1 and easy tag. Making it happen. Triple kill for him on the round. Hat trick and Epiphany bolt. They're going to take a round that gives them quite a bit of momentum. And to be fair, considering round 6, how close that was, I think that it was a matter of time before Epiphany bolt cracked them.
Maybe it's stylistic differences in pace that I'm just not picking up on from Epiphany bolt, but it was like on their pistol round, they sent just one guy over towards the B side, and it was kind of faking. They didn't wait for it to turn into a fake, and in that last round, they sent one guy up mid. And they won the round, sure, but it was a really inconsequential kill. He sees 2 people so he calls 2 people at A, and then they instantly execute into B. So he, like, yeah, you got info on 2, but you didn't do your job, and you're supposed to figure out if it's a stack or not at the B bomb site based upon what you see at A. So really weird. I mean, why not just hold that player, say, inside a boiler or something, play him like in a get right roll for the lurk instead of just rushing him up mid. But you can't doubt him when it works, Chad.
And it did work out in the end. So we're gonna see Beasts on Eco. Zed and Windansky were actually playing a close angle crossfire at Sandbags and Carm. Zed netted him 1 frag and making another one. Looking hot with the CZ75. He's got the fuchsia is now as well. It's a pretty sexy skin. He's gonna be playing towards second oranges here, looking for the tap on moment. But will not be able to secure another one. That being said, I believe one of the T's just got dinged through the smoke.
Ouch.
As that's not a fun feeling. 2 of them down to half hit points.
And it didn't even sound like it was spam either. It was just one little doink out of nowhere. Niels found himself an AK, and that might be a problem for Epiphany. They're playing in the back, new box as well as dark, but excuse me. Now this crossfire should be enough to put Neil down. And yes, it will. Epiphany, though, giving up a lot of frags on that anti-eco.
Yeah, definitely. 3 frags on the round. Going to keep the T-sat economy in check. To be fair, CT's still without a good chunk of change. You got Windansky on 3K. I'm trying to remember what he actually purchased in the last round, if he went for anything crazy there. Because definitely it took effect here. Now he was the brokest one on the squad. To be fair, though, someone else in the 3Ks probably was just going to be a save anyhow. Got a couple smokes. Zed with Vest this time around. Again, looked pretty impressive with his CZ. See if he can do it again.
One more chance to do economic damage for the Beast. A chance to grow their economy for Epiphany. But both teams have been doing a good job on these ecos getting frags. So I guess on the other side, both teams need to do a better job not giving up these eco kills. As we see Zed getting a little aggressive in the corner, hoping that nobody will check it. His teammate puts a smoke down as he's trying to prompt Epiphany to run through it. I don't think Epiphany will do that. If they do, they're insane. Maybe giving Zed some kills as Niels will fall at mid. Hiffer looking for the second one as well. Mole can't trade despite the HP of Hiffer. And now Epiphany, commitment towards the B side with 2 players in Zed's position. They checked it, and when that gets checked, rip.
Pretty much. That's generally the situation. And easy tag, doing exactly that. We got Neil with a deagle in hand and a dream to make it out of this round with some sort of weaponry or some sort of damage. Hiffer on 3 hit points. Is one of the first lines. It actually is the first line of defense. Not gonna hit that first shot though. Would have been enough. And they're very smartly going to cycle Hiffer out of that location. Make sure he's safe. And it'll be Krumer to end the round. Epiphany bolt starting to pull away here. Beasts can't take this rifle round. Yeah, they're looking pretty worrisome on the CT front.
That's gonna be 8-3 if Epiphany take this, and at that point, sometimes that's more than what you need moving into the CT side. So big round for the Beasts. Need to put a stop to this T side offense. Do they have to shift anything up? The last setup I believe they tried was that one. They did the porch stack and got the kill, and then somehow still faltered to the 4-man B play. So you could take a lot away from that if you're Epiphany Bolt. That B-bomb site might be looking suspect. Mole has a chance. Easy kill onto ST. Did not expect an Opera to be there. Maybe a rifle would have had a better chance against it. But wow, Mole getting super aggressive. Makes it a 5-on-3. Generally, that's a play you don't go for. Generally, you don't want to give away your advantage. But when it works, well, look what's happening.
Yeah, that was very interesting. I think he naded in as he was peeking that smoke. And if you're the T's, you're kind of like, okay, avoid this nade that's coming through the smoke. Oh, God, there's an op that's pushing it. And, well, 2 frags for Mole. Happy times for Beast, says it's a pretty critical round. 3 members still left in top banana for Epiphany Bold. They drop a Molotov on first set of oranges. And on second... But that's once the first one... Okay. I guess they're just trying to bait like they're going to be going B, and then they're actually going to go B. Looks to be the case here. And, well, Zed's rotating back A, so I guess it worked out a little bit.
'Tis the fake that was not a fake. Epiphany moving on in. Mole with a chance. Oh, his teammate falls, so now Mole has to come up with even more, but he falls, and that negates all the early round advantage for Epiphany Bolt. Falls through the smoke. Krumer. This guy is shooting through all sorts of smokes. This time Zed, the target. But Beast, they have to go for this in the 2-on-3. They can't afford to let Epiphany Bolt have another round, putting Beast on the save once again. There's the start they need. Niels. As he drops the banana player, and now we have a crossfire from Epiphany Bolt. No way Niels can do this, and the Neil Bros go down.
Yeah, what a round there. Epiphany Bolt working it back from a 3-on-5, and you can see how critical it is that even though it only rotated Zed out a little bit, like he was on Speedway near CT, he was out of the picture enough that it's basically a 3-on-2 as they make it into the bomb site, and you can see the frags went their way quite quickly. And then Zed's kind of stuck in construction. He tries to spray down the planter and did do a lot of damage to the bomb planter as well, but Krumer, like you had stated, just getting him through the smoke. And, well, Epiphany Bolt going to continue on here. Beast gotta be frustrated after that one.
Definitely, especially starting the round so strongly. And I can't highlight how big of a risk that is, because if that player goes down pushing with the op, yeah, you trade 1 for 1, but then it's a 4-on-1 with your B player. A big risk. It pays off in the beginning, but in the end, they still crumble. In Epiphany, you're seeing this quite a bit now. Late on in the round, they'll just take into the B bomb site, and the Beasts, I think it's Windansky and Mole, usually the B players. If I'm not mistaken, they're just crumbling when the late hit is B.
Yeah, they haven't been having a fantastic time over there. As Mole and Neil's at home. I'm trying to think as well. I think it's actually Neil and Windansky. Mole, I'm just remembering because he kept going down on Arch side. But I think with that op in that last round, they decided to make use of the override B. Yeah, I think it's Neil over there with him, but uncertain. I'm sure we'll have that question answered very soon. Niels and Ho just playing behind the hay bale towards T stairs. Mole in apartments, and it's interesting that they decided to... Mole not looking for anything. He's looking in this refrigerator. Might be a little hungry, I guess.
Nah.
Probably not.
He's going for that high gravity, Chad.
Suppose.
It's too early for that. Maybe not for those guys over there. Definitely on this end of the C. But 8-3 now for Epiphany. Beast, it's time to win out at this point. You can't drop another gun round. Otherwise, that's Epiphany at 10. And then even at 9, you might want to start thinking about force buying. You can't afford to drop any more. Zed, trying to be the playmaker, moves his way, pushes into the halls. Unfortunately, there was some tease waiting for him. Neil's looking to follow it up, but he starts spraying away. And Epiphany, no, he has very limited bullets left, so they're just going to push into him with 2 players. Suddenly, Beasts are down 2 at the beginning of the round. 1 player remaining at the A bomb site being Mole. Turns his back, does get a dink, it looked like. But a disastrous round from the Beasts. When you're down like this, I mean, you want to make a play on the CT side, and you're kind of forced to, but when it doesn't work and it backfires, then it just compiles the problem.
Yeah, that setup towards apartments. It's exactly what happened there, Zed. Matter of timing, to be fair. He kind of peeks out right when multiple players are kind of staring him in the face, but And then following up as well, like you had highlighted, Nielsen going for a lot of spray through that smoke. And he still leaves himself enough bullets to deal with one player potentially, but it's really, they're kind of testing them. Like, all right, we know you didn't blow your entire clip. You have a little bit to work with, but you're going to have to shoot those shots extremely accurate, and we're going to be dive bombing you through a smoke. So good luck with that. Neil rather. Getting 3 before going down. We'll keep that op in play. So good news in that regard, but 9-3, that's not good news.
And I want to kind of retract my statement a bit, because it's not like Beast hasn't been trying crazy things throughout their entire CT side. Usually we'll see teams, they'll play standard for maybe the first 2 or 3 gun rounds, and then when they're getting wrecked, then they'll try something crazy. But Beast, I think it was after the first gun round, they tried something. They went with the 3-man porch, and that's even before they lost, correct me if I'm wrong. So Beast, from the jump, have been doing crazy CT plays. And again, kind of variating from the norm.
Yeah, I think that was round 7 that you're highlighting. They took in a B. That was right after the round where Beast won. But again, it was an echoing Epiphany where they had 3 players less than 25. But still, it was Beast winning that round. So yeah, the follow-up one, they did lose that one where they had the 3 players on porch. As you remember, we had one T player just peeking middle and going down, and then just a B-side executor.
I remember now.
After, but
it was not a peek; it was a commitment. He just went in.
Right? He just went for it. Sometimes just gotta run around the corner and hope for the best, I guess. But
yeah, I've been critical of the decisions of Epiphany on their T side, but hey, they're winning. Can't blame them now.
Yeah, to be fair, it doesn't necessarily look like we've been critical on some of their timings, some of their ideas that they've had. In theory, they probably should be delaying one or the other, so it kind of just flows a little better. But in terms of how they're grouping up and playing as a team together, trading off each other, that's been pretty damn good.
Definitely. That part's been excellent. And even if a bad executed plan, I mean, as long as everybody's doing it,
yeah,
can be really effective. Pop flash by Windansky, and the trade is there. Windansky would love to get out of there with an advantage, but oh, they don't check the sandbags, and another trade by Epiphany. And that's what we're talking about right there.
Exactly. Trading on both of those kills creates a 3-on-3. Again, if Windansky could have got out of the middle there, was a great set kind of pop flash play, but ST just trading off of it. And I'm uncertain as to Mole's angle when his teammate died. I think he was playing that similar CT cross angle, so it wasn't really helping him out in that regard. But, again, I don't know if he was just caught out. But here we go. Looks like 40 seconds remaining, or 45 seconds remaining. Gonna bet it on a B-side take. Mole, ooh, that Molotov heading his direction towards New Box.
Oh,
He's gonna
big
whip.
whip.
An important shot. He does find Krumer and allows for Nielsen to pop through that smoke. So it's ST 1v2 as he's taken down one already.
Yeah, I think he is doomed here when he peeks just a bit further. Should be a free frag for no. Mole is peeking on the other side of New. All right, it was imminent. ST did not know where Mole went, and Mole comes up big. We saw a second player cheat over to the B-bomb site early from Beast. And that's a good read on their part, because the propensity of Epiphany to go towards B late on in the round is pretty high up there. So with the read is Beast, but still, best they can hope for is 6.
Yeah, 9-6, not a fantastic situation. At this point, it's the best they can hope for, so gotta be going for it. Optimal score line. Mole going to go for an aggressive middle peek here. And he's hanging on to this angle as well. Finally will fall off as they could be making their way up middle. And he will... yeah, still hang on to that angle, actually. So he does have 2 teammates on porch side doing that vertical stack yet again. Epiphany Bolt pretty spread out. Here for... just hopping up and down on hay bale. Interesting. There's no way that is not intentional. He's not just jumping for no reason there. He's hopping back and forth to create a ton of noise, making it seem like there's multiple players trying to hop up into apartments. I really like that.
Yeah, if you do it right, you can make it sound like there's multiple players there, but with a tuned ear, you can tell if it's just one person trying to make noise. So there's a very specific way that you have to jump and create the noise if you're going to fake an experienced player out and force the call that there's more than one player there. Small falls back off of his initial angle, takes a more passive one at the arch side. He's going to need a juke peek or to cross really fast from Epiphany. Oh, the accidental juke play, but Neil onto ST, and he's able to get out of there as well. Something we haven't been able to see from the Beast is getting a clean kill and falling off without getting traded.
Now, can they complete the round? 20 seconds left here, and we're going to see an execution onto the B bomb site. Zed, 2 frags from the new box, tags his teammate when Dansky shoots back in his direction, and then they're able to take down Krumer. Hiffer still over at aim, 10 seconds. Just keep that weapon in hand, or, well, to be fair, the CT sat economy is really hurt. So anything.
I love the spools jump.
Right,
everybody just loves to do it now. It's like somebody had a crazy play there, and now everybody just does it. Whenever there's a player at Old Generator, you just jump off the spools and take the fight. And to be fair, I've seen that player jumping win it a majority of the time.
Yeah, me as well. If you have the read, the call that they're there, it's a pretty hard shot for them to hit onto you if you're dive bombing them. And yeah, we all know how air shots in this game go. They're actually fairly viable. So yeah, interesting stuff. And moving into this round, we can see that Hiffer decided to keep 2K for the next half.
Wise man.
Right?
What's he got? He's got, oh, no armor? Maybe he's calling or something and just got lost. Nonetheless, he has a CZ bomb site for Epiphany. Haven't gotten it planted yet. Still 2 coming up from the arch side. What a hectic round it is. And eventually Beast going to prevail, but still, Epiphany prevailing on the half at 9-6. Beast don't take pistol, they are in trouble.
Yeah, most definitely. And if you're just joining us, this is a best of 1 lower bracket. Loser will drop out of the tournament. It'll be the end of their tournament life here, so don't want that to happen, obviously. Want to keep going through that gauntlet. And again, Epiphany Bolt. They've already played 1 lower bracket match, so they know how this goes. This is the first one for Beasts here in this tournament, as they dropped into Leisure Esports in the round of 16. And again, we do have 1 match coming up after this one. It's going to be Innervate versus Rift, and again, Rift was able to take down Epiphany Bolt 2-0 in the round of 32, so impressive stuff in that regard. Excited to see how that match plays out, but about to be moving into the second half of play here. And shout out to some of our sponsors, Azubu, CSGO Lounge, Enermax. Appreciate all their support. Check those guys out. If you guys like what we're doing here, of course, they are the support we require. So here we go, moving into second pistol. Big round.
That's the best plug I've ever heard you do, Chad.
Yeah.
The excitement was unparalleled.
It was a bit of a slower plug, you know, just trying to work the pace in a little bit, but
pace is important. Epiphany Bolt. 2 players, full utility, 2 players with armor. Wouldn't surprise me if these 2 players with nades are going towards the B side. No, they smoke the top or the bottom of Banana. Are they going to push these other 2 players down towards the bottom? So a lot of map control already for Epiphany. Usually when you see this smoke, you'll just have 1 player there at Banana. And Hall's aggression from Epiphany as well. And they have a crossfire set up here. So if Beast, if they can manage to avoid getting wrecked in the halls, I like their chances here.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to come down to. Windansky looking to pop some of the wood inside of bedroom. Make it an easier angle if they do head on up there, or he's just trying to scare Krumer. One of the 2. See if
it's like The Shining.
Right? See if that fear tactic will work out. Hiffer still in back. Hall's playing that crossfire. They're going to execute up arch side. ST with a flat. Oh, he botches the... Oh, no, the flash was good. I lied. But they're just going to take into arches. They take down Moment as he was waiting for them. So, easy tag. He's going to have a rough time here, and he's gooshed already in Banana.
Both T-pistol rounds really strong. Huge entry frag to begin both of them, and Beast looking to walk away flawless from this one. Nice play up arch. Avoid the frag from ST. It looked like he had him lined up as well. The flash was okay, but then just couldn't find the headshot. It looks like he's getting tagged and just couldn't find the heads. And now Hipper will go down. And now the question is, do Epiphany go for the Force Spy? It's a situation where you don't have to, but you can easily argue the merits of going for it. So I'm interested.
Yeah, especially on Inferno. There's a lot of potent setups. We'll see how they decide to work it, as they do go for the Force Spy. Easy tag going with the CZ75. Everybody else 5-7. ST actually with a P250. So 4 players towards the B bomb site. Krumer has got a kit, and he will just stay stationed over at Graveyard. Just going to be hiding there. Just hoping that they expect just a complete stack, I guess, at B, and he'll just stay hidden for as long as possible. And again, over at B, they're just hoping that they decide to actually blindly execute.
Blindly. As a flash comes over. And a second one, it's good on to Zed, but there's a lot of Beast players here in Epiphany. What? They're just going to stop? Okay, they throw another one over. But it's still not working out for them when Dansky and Zed putting a stop to that. Oh, there's the trade, and now they're moving on to Krumer, who has a 5-7. They don't check Graveyard. This could get real bad.
All right, Krumer, what can you do for yourself? Mole was already looking towards Graveyard. He peeks up for a split second and didn't get much of a chance to do anything there. So Moment left all alone. He's got a P90, so he's just going to hang on to that. Not a big surprise considering they did Force Buy here. Not going to be able to afford anything if they want a decent buy on the rifle round in the next round here. So as long as he can hang on to that, he's got a 5-7. He can drop to one of his teammates that would have been going with the default. He's got a vest, smoke, and again, that SMG. So, and to be fair, P90 at top banana, that can be pretty terrifying. So we'll see if they can put up a defense with that. But Beast keeping 3 up on an anti-eco. Or I guess it was an anti-force spy. Not the end of the world for them.
You know, I love my eco strats, Chad. If I'm calling for Epiphany right now, I'm smoking bottom banana from CT. Putting that P90 at banana. He throws a flash over, lets it rip through the smoke with the P90, and everybody else is in pit.
Just, yeah, it's not a bad way to go about it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to necessarily see it. Moment is going to be playing solo B, though. He's going to be dropping his smoke potentially towards top banana. And ST actually getting a peek down middle. Doesn't like what he sees as he'll hop on back. No damage dealt to him, though. As we can see, just playing double on either side of A. Actually, I lied. We're going to have Hiffer head back into the bomb site itself. So, interesting look here on this A side. Hold. I don't know. They got a couple of crossfires set up. We'll see if it works.
Yeah, at least they're trying something on their eco round. I just don't think they've done a good enough job to bait Beasts into the A-bomb site. We do have a smoke by Moment. It's put down now. So there's a little bit pushing Beasts over towards the A side. At least force them to do some scouting over towards A. Because now, at minimum, the Beasts know that one player is in B. They don't know if there's any more. So now doing some scouting towards A. Epiphany are really hoping for just a hard commitment. And he gets out of the closet with the Molotov. He waited long enough. Lets himself burn just enough to get out of there.
Yeah, that was fairly impressive there from Easy Tag. So now they're just going to group up into the bomb site itself. Krumer towards Graveyard.
See if they are 4 pit, Chad.
Here we go. The Triangle of Doom here. Krumer already taken down to 2 hit points. Nade will miss him. But he loses his teammates inside of the bomb site. And now it's only Moment with that P90. I kind of wish that Moment got a little bit more aggressive towards Banana just to potentially maybe scare them with that SMG. That maybe could have been a little bit more just to push them. To be fair, they did end up going A, so it's not like they didn't. But they went maybe a little bit slower than they would have otherwise. I don't know. That P90 just wasn't very effective.
It just boils down to if they go B, then the P90 has a chance. Either way, he did his job by pushing them over towards A with the smoke. There's big round. We see the Epiphany with their investments on their ecos. And Fama's first gun round of Inferno, not the best of weapons, but you really want to have full utility. So you see players, they'll sacrifice an M4 and buy a FAMAS just to have that utility. And I think we see that more on Inferno than other maps. And Mole, he wants his AWP in the next round. He's going the economic route, and this is a gamble. Now Beast going for the hard commit towards the A side. Focus on Porch for Epiphany. They have one-man spotting Arch. That's ST, but this is pretty light on A. Any entry that Epiphany gives up in the A bomb site is probably going to result in the round because ST isn't playing with them.
If we're waiting for someone to come up in apartments, the bomb actually rotating back. Windansky and Niels and Ho are going to be throwing some nades towards Arch side. But it looks like they're going to be splitting through CT spawn. They had a smoke down towards library. Easy tag taking down one. Traded by Windansky. But he doesn't expect ST to be there as well. So Moment doesn't look like he's actually going to have an opportunity. They decide to reroute back towards A. And with 20 seconds, this is going to be a hard press round to win.
Yeah, I don't know how they win this. Now Mole's going to come out of the library. Problem is he has a Mac 10. 13 seconds left. They go for the plant. Inside of the smoke when Hiffer is ready for it. Inside of the bomb site, Beast just cutting it a bit too close. And with that, oh, they have just enough time to get the bomb down.
Well then, that worked out. Moment. I think you heard Mole jumping into apartments.
So passive.
So I've got one of the players, and as well as Moment actually able to blindside Zed. ST getting a read on his positioning. Mole with just his head showing. They're not going to find him immediately, trying to buy as much time as he can, or, to be fair, find a bit of a 1v1. ST finally puts him down. It took a little bit of time, but got it done in the end. And it will be the first rifle round going to Epiphany Bolt. And important, well, very important, obviously, but impressive from them. Could get it done with the FAMAS buy as well. And they get a couple AKs for their efforts.
Mole still can buy his AWP if he wants to. Oh, Neil's going to be the man with the AWP this time. Mole definitely saved up for it. The call was made. I am opping this round.
Right. It's like, come on, man. I saved. I had a Mac 10 in that last round. It's like, nope.
My op.
Yeah.
Neil doesn't spot anybody at mid. This Beast. Very slow start from them this round. Epiphany with a more forward defense as the previous. Have that crossfire going on at mid and Beast. One flash. They have Arch side smoked off. Great dink coming out from the port side player. Little spam coming through from the Arch side player. Almost finishes off Niels. After that dink down to just 5 HP. So a great job by Epiphany. Initially, they get a little bit of damage in and fall off, get a lot of intel that Beast is at least top mid, and make them pay for getting this map control.
Oh, ST. Ballsy peek there. There's an op waiting for him. But he does get half hit points down on Neil. AWP. And this is turning out to be a commitment here. We can see two on porch side, two looking to go arches. They've smoked off library-ish. Well, Hiffer goes down to Windansky, so that's a good start. ST trades, though. Neil finding the op shot onto Krumer. That's the A bomb site open now as the remaining CT's rotating in.
A nice shot by Neil. He did, or the player inside of pit didn't even wait for his flash to bloom, and that allowed Neil the easy frag onto the pit player, and a critical frag it was, because if they don't take down the pit player, A bomb site, a lot harder to take. Everybody retaking from the Arch side. Yeah, this is a safe.
Yeah, looks like will be a safe scenario. And keeping 3 alive, to be fair. See what they can get going in the next round. 3 AKs as well. It's not like they're ill-equipped in any sense in that regard. They still have smoke and a flash on ST, 2 incendiaries. Pretty expensive nades there. Beast surviving with 4 on their end, though. And you can see, considering Mole didn't buy his AWP, he's got 4K as of now. Oh, they actually lose Niels and Ho to the bomb. It's a little unfortunate, considering that one player does make quite the difference. But they are going to be hitting double digits here as we're hitting deep waters here on Inferno.
And Hiffer barely has enough to buy himself, so how are they going to make up for this? Krumer.
The Nova.
I like a Nova on Inferno. I like a Mag 7 a whole lot more. And Hiffer going to have to rock out with the FAMAS. But Krumer, no surprise, going into apartments here. This is a great position that if you can find the one player lurking it, jack his weapon, and then dip out, then you can have a nice advantage at the beginning. Krumer's going to get his chance. Ooh, receives some spam and doesn't pull the trigger. Krumer sneaking his way up. If Mole peeks again, this might be a weapon for Krumer, and he gets Mole down. Peeking towards middle. Okay, so he can't recover the weapon, but that's still a big frag, but a big tell of Epiphany's economy.
Yeah, definitely. To be fair, though, he's the least equipped, so they'll get the information that, yeah, nades could be a little low in that regard, but everybody else, well, except for Hiffer, that is, got some AKs to work with. But with the player advantage, we're going to stack porch side at A. The bomb currently going to be in banana. Rotating off as easy tag, and I'm wondering what... Okay, he's heading back now. Wondering what they thought they heard or what kind of info they got. They thought it would be A, but here we go. Going to be the B side play. Easy tag peeks out already. And Zed, both opening frags. Huge to get into that B bomb site. Now retake 3-on-4. Good luck as Epiphany Bolt. They do have ST taking down Nielsenho early, so that's a good start.
And hopefully for Krumer, somebody's peeking garden with the shoddy or not. Completely denied retake as Beast and Zed kneeled. Both with one apiece trying to rush through the smoke at garden. To be fair, Krumer did not have a lot of opportunities with the shotgun. That's one of the only angles you might find a close range battle on the retake with the shoddy. Maybe ST could do some economic damage, but Beast putting together a really nice T-side half thus far. And Epiphany, since they saved those 3 AKs, they were forced to buy up on top of it. So now a save, and we're probably going to be seeing Beast move up 12-10, and their economy's looking all right already.
Yeah, I got 4,800 on Neil, 44 on Mole, 66 on Zed. So yeah, not a bad spot financially speaking for the T side. And up around as well. Epiphany Bolt. Let's see something crazy here. We've got just a 4-player stack towards the B bomb site. They've got a single flash on ST. And we'll see when they decide to execute into banana. I imagine that's going to be the strat yet again. And yeah, they're all grouping up towards car. ST providing the flash. Fairly effective one. But now they're chasing. Lugansky goes down. Did have 2 players fairly low. Zed able to get back in the middle in good time. Now it's going to be up to Hiffer as he's got some attention towards A.
He will go down as well, and they had the P2000. Flank is coming through from one of the members of Epiphany. Krumer doesn't find Mole in time to get the flank. Through the smoke runs S-Tag. Zed will fall. Goofy little play there. Mole still repping his name, being nice and sneaky inside the apartments, trying to deny the save out of S-Tag, and now he might be the man going down. Neither of them see each other. This is really strange. They're so close to each other, the proximity, and falling all the way back into CT spawn now. So hard work and save for S-Tag. And that's a big save for him as well. 3 rounds lost bonus. That's going to allow one of his teammates or himself more utility. And Beast surviving with 3. Not going to grow their economy all that much, but it's still looking healthy. Heifer-esque, if you will.
Ooh. I do want to let you guys know we have another match that, to be fair, was scheduled to start, I think, 5 minutes ago. But they will be waiting for us. So do not worry if you guys are just tuning in and you're waiting for the Innervate Rift match. Again, as soon as this one comes to a close, we'll be jumping into that one. So hang tight. You won't be missing anything. They're not going live. So 12-10. We got an AUG on Hiffer. All right. Pulling all the stops here. See if he can make that work for himself. You can see the blanket of Molotovs towards Banana and that bottom Banana Smoke. Neil looking up and over. And Mole, though, taking a lot of damage early.
A pretty big shot to miss, especially how much HP they give up. Epiphany being spotted at the top of Banana. Don't relinquish the position. In fact, they still stay close.
Ooh,
and this is really risky. Get spammed
killed
down. That's what you risk by going for that. I mean, sticking around when the Opera already knows you're pushing. It's pretty dangerous. And S-Tag not falling back either. What is the plan? Why are they not relinquishing Banana control? I guess they're planning on peeking mid. ST evens the numbers back out. But questionable by Epiphany.
Easy tag. Going to be playing at Sandbags. Luckily, he's got a smoke to drop. But it doesn't look like he's vacating just yet here. This is a pretty ballsy position, as, of course, he's the only defensive player at the moment. But SD holding on to middle. That's 2 for him thus far. Heating up a little bit with that AWP. Easy tag. Peek in the corner. And he will go down, and now it's a bit of a foot race. Krumer wants to get there before they can really secure the bomb site. And he will have ST quickly behind.
Some really strange decisions out of Epiphany. They're working so hard to force Beast back towards the A bomb site. Krumer, and the second one that's dead. The bomber goes down. Krumer with his third, but it's a teammate.
What?
And Dansky saves the day. Krumer just going too hard.
Yeah, I did not, in the midst of the moment, I did not recognize that that was one of his teammates that he headshot. Well then. And then when Dansky kind of sets him up for the play. Well then. Beasts. Taking a massive round. Epiphany Bolt, they're running out of rifle rounds here. They're going to have a save. They'll have another one after this, but running out of time.
Trying to figure out why Epiphany would aggress Banana that hard. And the third player, or the second player, continues to peek Banana when the smoke is dissipating. From my understanding, Epiphany was trying their best to force Beast to go towards the A side, but dedicating that hard to Banana, you can just give it up. I like the player's chances a lot more if he falls back into the bomb site instead of taking the fight near Car with an unknown amount of people peeking. Maybe Epiphany Bolt can bring it back, but what I'm seeing from their CT side now is the decision making is questionable.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. See if they can bring it back. Not completely out of it, but like we had stated, running out of rounds here. So they've got 2 on A. Well, to be fair, Easy Tag is actually an apartment, so he can't help out too much until this flight comes in. So here we go. Hit her with 1. But that will be the extent of their success moment. We find that AK earlier on. Looks like he'll just hang on to it. And yeah, that's going to be 14-10. Buy round coming up for Epiphany Bolt, but could be their last.
So we're either going to see Epiphany try something crazy in the next round or play a default setup because they just exhausted one of their options with some B aggression in the previous gun round. And if it yields the same results, if they go for it again, well, they're probably going to lose the round. So what is the play here out of Epiphany? They're going to have full loss bonus and they're going to have a full buy. Epiphany, I want to take some time to talk about this. Because if they play standard, Beasts have been doing a good job later on in the round, somehow bringing it their way. And late round Banana takes have been successful as well. So it's really Epiphany that has to make the major adjustment. And one of the problems is they've been making adjustments.
Yeah, so it looks like we got a pause coming in. Imagine it's a tactical one at this point. Epiphany Bolt just going to talk about the situation. ST is able to afford his op here. Got enough money to put a utility on everyone, pretty much. ST the only one lacking slightly with a flash and a smoke. But 5 smokes, definitely what you're looking for on that CT side. And of course...
So my question is, does Epiphany even have to try to take an early advantage? Is it okay for them? It's a really hard decision because if Beasts are allowed to just execute on the site as they please, B has been looking real suspect. So if it's a 5-on-2 at that B bomb site, that could be a problem. However, Epiphany, if they do go for some aggression, Beasts have been doing a good job dealing with it early on. So it's a really hard decision for Epiphany.
So looks like Epiphany Bolt is ready to rock, but Beasts, they've got someone in the water closet, as
I'm so triggered by that.
Right. The fact that we get it again in another match that they referenced that's quite funny. As if you guys are unaware, in North America, there's a lot of people that do not know what a water closet is.
Right.
So we found that out yesterday.
I've just reached 25 years of age, and I've never heard water closet.
Yeah, so
I was talking to my buddy. Would you say there is a luxury water closet, say in a subway system, say somewhere public, but you pay in addition, you pay like $1 to anywhere to $5 to have a luxury water closet experience?
Well, to be fair, if you go to Europe, you won't find a public washroom in most places that isn't a pay-for washroom. You have to pay like 50 cents, $1, $1.50, depending on where you're at and how busy it is. But that's how they keep their public washrooms safer. Like here, we're just like, all right, security guard, can you just watch for that crazy bathroom? Lots of crazy stuff goes on in there. Over there, they've got like generally, some of the times I think it's like an actual automated system, but usually it's like a person, you got to go and like pay them and then you can go and use the washroom. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But
secret handshake to them.
But, right, exactly. Get in for free that way. But the difference is that you actually get clean washrooms that people are maintaining because they're making money off of it, right? So, I don't know. I wish they would implement it here, to be fair, but I also understand that not a lot of people want to pay to pee, so...
I would.
You do. Anyhow.
All right. What's the adjustment from Epiphany? They're going to aggress Banana. How far do they go? They have an aggressive setup, but they're not peeking down Banana. And now the double nades come through. Ineffective, to be correct. And now the second peek comes through. They're going to aggress Banana again. There's only one player on the other side of the smoke for Beast. Epiphany, this got them in trouble before. Do they relinquish control or do they keep it up? And they're going to keep it as they drop another smoke. But Beast, it doesn't look like they're done either.
Easy tag. Is the Molotov going to burn? Okay, he's just out of range. That was looking very close. 16 hit points remaining on him. Yeah, this battle at Banana.
Sounds like our TeamSpeak is half broken right now.
Is it lagging a little bit yet again?
Am I lagging for you?
A little bit, yeah. Not
Bear with us, folks. It seems to fix itself. TeamSpeak's been acting up recently. Couldn't come at a worse time, too. Pivotal point in the match.
Yeah, not...
All right, we're back.
Good
It sounds
time.
smooth, Chad.
All right, fantastic. Well, 4-on-4. Easy tag eventually falls. Again, Mole fell early in the round. See Zed Windansky a little bit lit here. They've got 30 seconds to make an execution work. You see Hiffer is already kind of cheating his way back over to Arch side. So they're going to try and lean a couple players over towards A. Molotov comes in. Zed falls first and foremost to Krumer and his HE grenade. So here they go, trying to make this work. 15 seconds. They've got no time at all. They'll find some frags, but it's about the bomb plant here. Need to get it down. Neil will pick it up. Going to get
Just
into a
in
tight
time.
little corner there, and yeah, just barely enough time to get that planted.
You don't want the op in sight, though. You'd much rather have your op in pit. Windansky, he's the man that has to do it for Beast here. Give Neil a one-on-one at minimum. If Neil gets put in a one-on-two, this round is over. So Windansky, when's he going to peek towards the port side? He's looking for the player. He doesn't know how close the player is. While Hiffer's working up, Neil hits an amazing shot with the AWP in moment. Now, it's him in the one-on-two. He's trying to prompt the pit player to peek, but Neil completes the 3K. What a recovery out of the Beast.
Very nice recovery, considering they had 15 seconds executing onto A. Just a bunch of quick frags, created a 2-on-2. Able to get that bomb set, and yeah, Neil just going off. Windansky proven to be slippery in the pit, and basically setting up those shots for Neil. As I like the way that he played it. He was pre-aiming towards Truck Windansky in the pit, but as soon as he spotted someone that he couldn't actually get the jump on, he just played passive, waited quite some time, and again, they made it work. So one away here. Beasts looking to take down Epiphany Bolt, take them out of the tournament. And Epiphany Bolt thereby here, not looking good.
And the fact that Epiphany Bolt's about to get removed from our tournament this early, I'm excited to see what we have in store later. We're going to have some great matches even before we get to, say, the round of 8 or something like that. If Epiphany Bolt's going out like this. But Beast, 3-man towards apartment. Neil trying to work up middle, receives a dink out of the port side, but that's all the while Beasts are busting out of the apartments. 2 entry frags. ST has to do some work before his teammates get here.
And he does take down Neil, but immediate trade coming in. Zed, close range, headshot him. Moment and easy tag. Left to try and salvage the round and keep their team in the match here. Looking for overtime, as easy tag did not finish his frag. And Zed just follows it up with a nade. Expects him to chase, and the right read. Mole finishes off Moment, and Beasts. The UK mix going to be able to take Inferno 16-10.
Yeah, nice on their T side. Still not sure if they are a mix or not. Either way, they looked really good on their trading ability on the T side. Same for Epiphany Bolt, just on the CT side, giving up too many opening picks. And despite having some questionable decisions on Epiphany Bolt's T side, they still got 9 rounds. So all the more merit to the Beasts for coming back on their CT side like that. So excellent, or excuse me, T side. So I'm excited to see what the Beasts have in store for us in the next round. Of course, best of ones in the lower bracket, but we are moving on to our next match. It was actually Rift, who we'll get to see coming up, that sent Epiphany to the lower bracket.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to see how Rift performs. They've got Innervate to take on. So, guys, hold that thought as we quickly get everything sorted out in the server and such. But in a very, very short time, considering we've already kind of... Well, this match took a little longer than we had suspected. We're going to get this going as soon as we can. So, hang tight. As soon as we can. Innervate versus Rift. We'll be right back.